Back in the day when the radio played and CDs spun our nights away. From grunge to grooves and R&B, 95 was the place to be. We're digging deep, 1 week at a time. Every album, every rhyme. It's more than music, it's a vibe. Come with us, let's take that ride. 52/1995. We're bringing that year back alive. From basement tapes to billboard highs, rewind the sound, relive the drive. Oh, 52/1995. Drop the needle, feel that jive. 1 year, 1 track at a time. Yeah, let's dive. Spinning loud, feel the flash. Britpop dreams and alt rock crash. Hip hop truth, electronic night. Every beat still burns so bright. 52/1995. It's not just songs, it's a time capsule dive. Talking tunes that shaped our lives. Tune and turn up and ride that high, yeah. 52/1995. Weekly drops, we keep it live. Let's rewind the vibe. One album every time.
Hello and welcome to 52/1995, your live music conversation podcast for diving deep into the music of 1995. This is our first expansion into the 52-universe from our sister podcast, 52/1995 Movies. So maybe you're joining us from over there, and if so, welcome. I am your host, Alyssa. I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, as always, Cody. Cody, say hello to the beautiful people.
Hello, beautiful people.
If you are tuning in for the first time, again, welcome. We're so glad you're here. If you didn't know, there's 52 weeks in a year, right? So each week, 52 weeks, we are going to explore a different album from the year 1995 for its 30th anniversary. We're going to dive deep into the year's important releases, really talk about them in detail, and I'm going to chat with my guest here about their thoughts and experiences with the music. Now, each month we are exploring a different theme or genre of music, and this month's genre is hip hop from 1995. And today's album is East 1999 Eternal by Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm excited to talk about this one, but Cody, I want to get your thoughts before we dive into the background, the lore of it all. Have you listened to Bone Thugs and Harmony before? Is this your first impression? And what are your first impressions?
I'll be honest. First off, I thought it was E 1999 Eternal until I listened to the album through, and then I was like, oh, it's East, like the road. I get it now. So I felt like an idiot for a little while because of that. Honestly, I have heard one Bone Thugs and Harmony song prior to this, and it's on this album. So I was excited to listen to this whole album and really get a feel of what Bone Thugs and Harmony bring. And I've always been curious. Don't know why I never checked it out. But because these guys are Ohioans, like myself, I thought, hey, why not? These guys got to be good, right? So that's really my only frame of reference with Bone Thugs and Harmony is, yeah, what I just said. So
No, that's fair. I have no reference. This is, again, a lot of this month is totally net new for me, and this album is no exception. This group is no exception. I couldn't tell you. I mean, obviously, this, I mean, we'll talk about it, but this is their most commercially successful album. It's definitely got some hits on it. They did really well. They're still touring today. When I was doing my research, they were like, "Hey, they're going to be in Indianapolis." I was like, "Oh, okay." So they are like actively touring this year.
You want to go
Probably
see him?
not particularly,
Oh, okay.
but as I have to say, my first impressions are that this was wild. I do want to say it's so interesting. Like, this is kind of a little bit of a tangent, but music is so interesting in that it is such a personalized thing, and how you feel while listening to the music is going to impact how you feel about it.
Hmm.
And I started listening to this album a couple days ago, and I finished the album today. And today I was like, yeah, this is okay. This is, I don't know. I don't know. And then I looked back at my notes from a few days ago and I was like, I love this. I love this. I love this. I was like, did I love this literally 3 days ago? And now I'm like, what happened? Like, it really is mood dependent. I had a rough day today. So I'm like, I think my mentality wasn't like excited to listen to music that I hadn't heard before. I think maybe I was craving more like my comfort music,
Yeah.
in the way that we crave a comfort show. So I want to do this album justice, but I do feel like it's so strange that how like your mood really impacts. Because again, I was looking at those notes and I was like, I literally like the first 5 songs on the album, I was like, love it, love it,
Oh, I
love it,
get it.
love it.
I really do.
Today I was like, I don't want to listen to this.
I really do get it because I started listening to this album last, like almost like the day after we recorded last week, but I
Mhm.
listened to it in my car and I just wasn't as into it in my
That's so
car. And
interesting because I was flipped. I was in the car the first half of the album and I liked it,
yeah,
and then headphones the second half and I disliked it.
I think with them in particular, and it comes for anybody, not just because of Bone Thugs and their style, but
Hmm.
anybody where I'm really trying to hone in on the lyrics and
Yeah.
everything. Like if I'm playing that in the car, I can't, because I can't
Oh yeah.
with these, especially with these guys. Like couldn't understand half of what they were saying, and I was like, I need to slow this down. I need to really see what they're saying here. And it wasn't anything like profound or anything that
Hmm.
was missing, but I did feel a lot better when I had the lyrics in front of me and could watch it in real time as I was listening
Hmm.
to it. So I dedicated some time this morning and I was like, all right, we're going to do this and give it injustice. So I think I ended up flipping a little bit on this album.
That's fair. And maybe that's why I liked it in the car, because the sound is fun. The sound is
Mm,
great. I like the beats, I like the vibes. I don't know how I feel about their like actual singing and harmonies. Like sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. But it's like very evident that this is not like, compared to the last 2 weeks, compared to Me Against the World of Tupac and Liquid Swords by GZA, who are just emphatic lyric geniuses, like who are writing poetry and just spitting. Like, the way I said that just sounded so white. I was like, and they're spitting. Um, and then you get to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm like, I don't really care for these lyrics.
yeah.
They got a lot about Glocks, a lot a lot of Glocks are
Glock
happening.
rhymes with a lot of things. Locks, shocks,
Glock.
rocks.
Yes, there Glock was like, these aren't lyric songs to me.
Hmm.
And some of the, I mean, what we'll talk about, the Crossroads and like the deeper meaning behind it and how it is really impactful for a lot of
Hmm.
people. But overall, this isn't like, compared to the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
not a very lyric heavy album.
Right, I agree, and I think that we are spoiled with the last 2 albums that we got.
Yeah.
One, like, especially GZA's super lyrical and, like, not focused on, like, a hook or anything like that, and Tupac's a little bit of the same, not giving us, too many hooks in that album to where we're really, like, uh have like pop songs. I always talk about pop songs or like radio play songs, and I don't feel like we get a lot with those.
Mm-mm.
And I thought that this would be more pop friendly, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they're
No.
also not lyrical, like lyrically. Now, Crossroads, don't get me wrong, is the one from this. So we're not spoiling anything if you didn't know that.
Yes.
So I don't know. It was a different journey, I think, than our other two.
This is kind of like, I mean, we ran into this issue, or at least I ran into this issue the first week that we did this project. We kicked things off with Alanis Morissette, who won Album of the Year, which is a strong start.
Yeah.
Which it just so happened, we're doing Ladies Month for January, and we just happened to kick it off with her. And like, I gave that a 5-star rating. It made sense to me that she won Album of the Year. But I was like, you kind of, go off a little too early, right? So that's how I maybe feel about or some of these, like, we're not really there's not a lot of build up. So the journey is like this, like last 2 weeks were like this, and now we're here, and maybe next week we'll go back up again. And it's a mixed bag. We're really playing on shuffle. We're trying to keep it within the genre. We're really playing on shuffle here.
One thing when we're comparing the other ones too, especially GZA's album, like just like GZA's album, I do feel like every song on this album flows into the next one and plays off of all the songs that are included. And there's one song where I'm pretty sure they just say every title of each of the tracks on this album. In the same way, so a lot of it blends together. A lot of it ends up sounding the same. They have the same cadence on their rapping. It's the same style over and over, and you hear a lot of the same, like, yeah, like you hear that over and over again. You're like, oh my God, is this Lafayette from Hamilton? That's that you were talking about, the whitest thing possible. I was gonna bring it up. I was like, this is the whitest thing you could possibly bring up when talking about hip hop is Hamilton.
Well, and I mean it is, but Lin-Manuel, Hamilton is partially a love letter to 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
Like the style specifically, like, I mean, again, that's getting really nerdy with it, but like it is based on 90s and early aughts hip hop. That's why, and we talked about Doechii last week. People criticize Doechii and they're like, oh, her Hamilton ass sounding rap. And it's like, no, Doechii doesn't sound like Hamilton. Doechii sounds like the 90s.
Yes.
And Hamilton sounds like the 90s. Like it is specifically an ode to this. And it's so interesting because like I'm listening, like you said, I'm listening to this album. I'm like, I don't know this for sure, but I'm like, they inspired this person and this person and this person. Because this almost feels, I don't want to say futuristic, but this to me was very aughts. Like it felt less 90s and almost like ahead of its time. And I'm sure other people were maybe rapping in a similar way, but to me, I'm like, this is Busta. These are like people who maybe started in the 90s, but like who were really popular in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And which is when I started listening to music more like intentionally on the radio, right? So it's almost like they're ahead of their time, but in the same way, it's still like classically 90s. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And I do think that I mean, maybe he didn't reference them outright in Hamilton, but I do think that Lafayette's rapping style in some parts comes from, the guys from Bone Thugs, like that style of rapping, the lyrical style, and like not just melodic, I guess is the way I would say this one is. Yeah.
So, and this, I have some questions for you about this album, or maybe Bone Thugs in general. Would you say this is like, I think, let me make my statement. This is hip hop month, right? So we're listening to rap mostly. And I would say this is a rap album, but it is like almost like a mix of rap and R&B. It's as if you rapped over some R&B beats. Do you think this is rap? Do you think this is R&B? Do you think this is hip hop? Like, we talk about subgenres all the time, but like I was shocked, kind of surprised when I was like, oh, they're like kind of sing rapping.
Yeah, I think their style is like we've talked about the different styles. We have like East Coast, West Coast rappers. We've
Hmm.
got, and we've seen both of those. We've got Tupac, and then we had GZA, both delivering something. And then there's also the Midwest, and that is a lot of like Detroit and Chicago
Hmm.
and Cleveland for these guys. And I think it shows if you were to listen to other, like if you listen to Eminem or a D12 album, it's going to be kind of similar to this. Like even Eminem gets a little singy in some of his
Yeah.
raps, if you think about it. And I didn't want to bring these guys up because I do think that probably better talented wise, maybe that people would look down on. But you know, I bring up ICP a lot, but they're from Detroit too. And
Hmm.
honestly, there's a lot of parts of this album where I was like, this sounds just like an ICP album.
Hmm.
Which is great. Like over some of the beats that they have, it does like sometimes it's like could be like just subtract like scarier lyrics or horrorcore, I guess is what ICP calls theirs in some of this, and it's the same thing. Like I don't know.
Hmm. Well,
Um
yeah. There's
but
a lot of elements of violence on this album,
yeah, oh
so
yeah.
you could, yeah, pair them together if you wanted.
But I think that like what I'm learning is Midwestern hip hop or rap or whatever is for like faster rapping.
Hmm.
And they're I just pulled up a Wikipedia thing. It's faster, also known as choppers.
Hmm.
I'm getting real white here, but like Bone Thugs is in that. Twista, Debrat, Tech Nine, Atmosphere, Eminem. Those guys are all in
Hmm.
that genre, and you can hear it. Like bringing up Eminem, I think that you're like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Maybe they're not going at the rate that Bone Thugs are going, but a guy like Twista is going this.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's its
Triplets.
own little yeah. A lot of triplets. A
A lot of
lot of
triplets.
triplets. So
Um,
yeah.
Now my other question, do you think these guys are good singers?
I don't think they're bad. I don't because I do think that I don't think they're like tone deaf or anything like that. And I think with
Mhm.
training they could actually be singing. But if you bring up like their acapella, which is like Me Killa, I think
Yeah.
that Me Killa song, like they sound good.
Mhm.
It's
I
not
think,
it's not amazing singing. It would be like if
yeah.
I was singing um, with these people. Um, but I don't think they're bad.
Hmm.
I'm not
I,
going to a concert to see them sing though.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, there are times when they are singing and it almost sounds sharp or flat. And I'm like,
Mhm.
is this on purpose? And it might be. Or it's that the harmonies are like so tight that they
Mhm.
almost clash with one another.
Yeah.
And it feels intentional. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not going to say they're bad. I do, especially their acapella song. I loved that one. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, let's like, this is fun. Like, I can snap to this. We're kind of bouncing. It's like 1 minute long.
Yeah.
But it's good. But some of the other like choruses or the hooks for some reason, I'm just kind of like, was this intentional? So maybe it
Yeah.
was. Like, I
Did
don't
you
think they're bad. I just think there were some times where I was like, these notes don't hit my ear right.
did you have a favorite Bone?
No, because I had no idea who was rapping at any time.
I think Lazy Bone is my favorite Bone of the Bones. I think it
Lazy
goes
Bone,
lazy, crazy, busy. Uh
Fleshin',
I don't know if I like Flesh and
Wish.
Bone. I think I like Wishbone and then Flesh and Bone.
Hmm.
But it's definite
So
Lazy's my guy, then
did you
Crazy.
know who was
Oh,
rapping?
I the only reason I knew is because I had the lyric, like I had it pulled up and I was like, "Oh, I like this. This is Lazy. I like the tone of his voice more
Oh,
than I
okay.
like Crazy." And I think like Lazy and Tone or Lazy, Crazy are cousins,
Okay.
and one of them, Crazy and Flesh and Bone, might be brothers. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
There's some
there's
relation there.
yeah, and they've quit and then come back. It's interesting.
But everybody I feel like knows Lazy, Crazy, and Busy. Those are the three main ones, I believe.
Yeah, Wish. I think is Wish not in the band animore?
I think everybody's back in the band.
All five. I'd say they've kind of had like a different lineup. It kind of depended on like the album. I think I thought there's only four on the cover art of this album.
Yeah, and I think that's Flesh. Is it Flesh and Bone that's not on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he might have got to add later.
And one of them's in jail. One of them went to jail.
That checks based on what we're singing about.
Yeah, one of them went to jail. I do know that.
Okay.
But I don't know when they went to jail.
Okay.
But that was
I
a
do like
reason
that-
why. Oh, here, Flesh and Bone was in jail after
Got it.
10 years, was released. In an interview, Busy confirmed his return, the group having reunited in time for Flesh's release. So I do think they're all back in now.
Gotcha. You know, Wishbone had a TV show.
Dang. You're lying. And I just got that. I wasn't looking. I was looking at Wikipedia, and you said, Wishbone had a thing. I was like, really?
No, we didn't.
Wasn't even thinking about it. What's the story, Wishbone?
You want to talk about this album?
I want to talk
No,
about
that-
Wishbone now.
No, Wishbone. I want to talk about cute little Jack Russells.
Paw-loined letter. That was my favorite episode of Wishbone.
Fantastic.
I could go all day.
I could not. I remember his little hats and his little outfits, and he was slaying, but I don't remember like any episodes.
Yeah. I got you. I want Wishbone to redo the Wishbone song. That would be incredible.
The crossover we didn't know we needed.
I would meet Wishbone at the crossroads.
Let's do that. Let's meet them at the crossroads.
Ooh, good segue.
Hey, this week's album is East 1999 Eternal by Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. It is 17 songs long, 1 hour and 8 minutes. So on the longer side for us this week.
Yes.
A little bit about, you're like, yes. A little bit about our group here. So we've mentioned they were formed in Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out OH.
I know.
Thank you. Again, in 1991, consisting of rappers Busy Bone, Wishbone, Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, and Flesh and Bone, which is incredible. I love nicknames. I love the stage names. It's wonderful. They were signed with American rapper Eazy-E's Ruthless Records in late 1993 and made their debut with the EP Creepin' on a Come Up the following year. So technically, this album is their second studio album and was released on July 25th, 1995. So we are very close to the actual 30-year release date, which is very fun. In terms of the title of the album name originated from one of the street names of a corner. So East 99th Street and St. Clair. That was a familiar hangout for the Bone members, as well as Eazy-E's album Eternal E. So it's a combination of those two things.
I did not know that.
East 99th is a street in Cleveland, which so that's where the E comes. Because when last week I was like, it's E 1999. No, it's East. But you don't know that until you start listening to the album. Do you want to hear, and I don't know if you have much of a choice, but how they got signed?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I want the movie. I want the behind the music, or I want the movie dramatic retelling of this. So like so many aspiring rappers in the country, they put in calls to executives at record companies hoping to find someone who would listen. In hopes of securing a record deal, the group was given an audition over the phone, receiving an unfulfilled promise from the rapper Eazy-E to call back. So was in communication with Eazy-E. They were going to do this audition over the phone, fell through. So determined to reach him, they scrounged together the money for a one-way bus ticket to Los Angeles. They left for a 3-day Greyhound trek and spent 4 months on the city streets, putting in frequent calls to find him. So, which is crazy. Nothing came of their search except the news that Eazy-E was in fact on his way to Cleveland for a show. So ships passing in the night. The quartet at the time returned to Ohio, where Diego Black, a marketer and promoter who had been a co-executive producer of Faces of Death, which was what the Bone Thugs-n-Harmony was before Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, introduced them to Eazy-E at a concert he promoted in Compton. So on November 2nd, 1993, they auditioned for Eazy in his dressing room. So like the amount of things that had to happen. Again, taking a 3-day bus trek to Los Angeles, spending literally 4 months trying to find this man, finding out that he's actually back in your hometown performing a show. You finally get in with a guy, and it's like he's about to perform a show, and they go, hey, Mr. Mr. Easy, in your dressing room, I've got these 4 guys out here who want to audition for you. Is that cool if they do this like right here and now? And he's like,
No
sure.
way.
And they go in. So Crazy specifically formed his verse from again, when they were Faces of Death, or when their Faces of Death album, again, stuff that happened before they were Bone Thugs and Harmony. So performed his bit, and Easy was impressed. So he signed him. And that's how they got that. And it's like one of those, like, I feel like it's a very like rags and riches story, or
Yeah.
like it's like they got discovered, or they were like, we're gonna find this person and we're gonna audition for him come hell or high water. And it worked out. And it's like one of those like wild, like, you're gonna be a star, kid. Again, how can I make this as white as possible? I just thought that was a really fun story of them becoming who they are,
Yeah,
and
no, that's
getting the
super
success
cool.
that they had. Being like, hey, sir, we've got some guys out here who are going to audition for you, like right before your show. Is that cool? And he's like, yeah, whatever.
No, that's super cool. I love that. I love, like, if you've ever watched Straight Outta Compton, that's a great, movie. I mean, it's okay movie, but it's pretty cool, like, to see how some of these people came to be, and who they came to, or how they came to be. And it's a
Right.
lot of stuff like this, like, hey, just getting in front of somebody, putting a demo track down in front of the right person. And I know that's a lot of what it is today, but that's such a saturated market.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine, trying to find these people in all the ships passing and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
cool. But to have such like kind of a unique style too. And I think that's
Yeah.
a benefit to Bone Thugs, is their style of rapping is not something that often, you hear too much of. You don't hear it today, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, that was something, again, going on like a little bit of another tangent. We don't really get rap groups, right? Like we get,
Migos.
yeah, I get that's true. That's a good modern day one. Like I was thinking like Salt and Peppa is technically a
Yeah.
duo, but it's a group. Shit, who did not Gangster's Paradise? Rapper's Delight.
Oh, Sugar Hill Gang, or is it the Sugar Hill Gang?
I think so.
Yeah, Tribe Called Quest, NWA, Public Enemy. We don't have a ton of, like, I'm sure they're out there, like Ray Shrumman, that's a couple guys. Migos is the
Yeah.
other one, but even those guys have split off and
Done
really
their
went
individual
solo.
things, which is
Yeah.
fine. Like again, like Wu-Tang has like they're the group, but then they do their own thing. Like I feel like, I guess Migos hasn't really done anything together for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't get rap groups anymore. Not in the way we did in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I thought it was interesting. I was like, like the success of a rap group. It's the same with boy bands. Like again, very hot in the 90s. We get K-pop boy bands now.
Mhm.
But that's kind of the extent of it. We're not getting, even like a One Direction was almost like shocking to have in 2011. Because we were like, I thought this was over. So
Yeah.
like it's mostly solo. Unless you're K-pop.
The only difference is, like, now I feel like people are a part of groups, but they're not releasing music like that. Like Eminem was always a part of D12, but they like D12 only got to put out an album because Eminem exists. Like, and I feel like they more roll in like cliques than
Yeah.
anything. And yeah, I can't think of any. Like, I really can't. Migos and Ray Shrumman. Shremmerd is the only two that I can think of, like, within the last 10 years anyway, that are still together. Like, or not still together, but a more current thing. Half of these bands are still, Wu-Tang still does stuff. Tribe did some stuff recently, and Public Enemy still does some things. Salt and Peppa's still going. Beastie Boys, like all 3-6, yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Especially, and we'll get into it because like there was a whole Grammy genre, or a whole Grammy nomination for best rap song done by a duo or a group. That Grammy doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't seem like it. But it only ran for like 10 years, it looks like from the research I did. But anyway, we'll get there in a moment. In terms of did this album chart? Yes. The group sold 307,000 copies in the first week, which is crazy. East 1999 Eternal became the group's best-selling album with 4 million copies sold in the United States. It debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200 and topped the chart for 2 consecutive weeks. This is a crazy fact. So the single First of the Month peaked at #12 on the Hot 100 and #4 on the Hot Rap Tracks. And The Crossroads reached #1 on both the Hot 100 and Hot Rap Tracks. The Crossroads was the highest debuting rap single ever when it entered the national singles chart at #2 and a week later became #1, making it the fastest single to rise to the top position on the charts since The Beatles with Can't Buy Me Love in 1964.
That's crazy. I read that fact earlier. I was just like, what?
I'm like, this one? This is the one? And I mean, and like The Crossroads is a good song. It's fine. But Can't Buy Me Love, I was shocked.
I think you had to be there. I think you just had to be there.
And there's something about, like, especially at this time, like I immediately, I'm gonna like ruin one of my pairings, immediately think of Boys to Men.
Mm-hmm.
Like immediately go, so we've come to the end of the road. Like that kind of a song was like it's still super popular, but like, you know, Mariah Carey was putting out like songs about sad stuff and like death and missing people and being, you know, loving people who have departed, right? Or like Parting Ways, right? These are just like big, like R&B ballads. So it is like the time is right, the temperature is right for a song like this to succeed. But for it to succeed the way it did is crazy to me because it's fine. in my opinion.
Well, I think that this song, like you just said, like One Sweet Day is another good example of this kind of song. Puff Daddy, that's what I'm gonna call him because that's what he was when he came out with his song in '97, I think. I'll Be Missing You, which is a tribute song, you know, about Notorious B.I.G. dying. And so I just think that during the 90s, mid 90s, that was the thing. Like these tribute songs, especially coming from R&B or hip hop groups, is a big, big thing. Like the Crossroads is the Crossroads for a reason. Everybody knows the Crossroads. That I remember the video for the Crossroads. Like I remember all that stuff.
And I didn't know this song until a couple days ago. So for me, I guess it doesn't hit the way that something like Boys to Men does because I heard that 20 years ago.
Yeah. But in the same way that One Sweet Day, or is that the song?
Yeah.
Or what did I call it earlier? Did I say One Sweet Day?
I think you did.
Yeah. But the same way that One Sweet Day hit whenever we listened to the Mariah Carey album, this is what was hitting in 95. And they're like, oh God, these guys. And I think it comes as a shock too, because, you know, these are the guys that are rapping about Glocks and thuggish, ruggish, and like dealing drugs and killing people and all these things. And then they're going to write a song that is about people that they've lost along the way. We hear it with Tupac and like all of his songs about death and everything. So like, I think it's that, oh, these are supposed to be our guys these are our soldiers. These are our, they're stoic people. Like they shouldn't show any cracks or anything, but no, they've got feelings too. And then that also brings in not just, and this is sad to say, but it's like it brings in everybody as the audience and not just the demographic that you would think is listening to it. This is
people who like rap music.
Yeah, people that like rap music. This is for everybody because people that like pop music are going to be like, oh, this is Bone Thugs. And then Bone Thugs is even more accessible because of the melodic style of their song. So that's the only reason I could see the Crossroads being like why it was such a big deal.
Yeah. But even like, again, talking about Mariah Carey, this is in the same year.
Yeah.
Like obviously it was still, I think when we talked about that song, One Sweet Day, wasn't it like the song of the decade from the 90s? Is that, which is like, again, a huge honor, but didn't beat, you know, the Beatles in a single the way that this one did. So I
Yeah.
don't know, it's just interesting to see which ones pop off in certain ways. But I agree, the accessibility of it is certainly there comparatively to other rap music.
Yeah.
Um, this was their most commercially successful album. Shocking. Certified 4 times platinum. So they did pretty well.
Pretty well. Not bad.
I did kind of allude to this, but the album was nominated for the inaugural Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, ultimately lost to Naughty by Nature's Poverty's Paradise in 1996. But in 1997, The Crossroads won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group.
I don't
So-
understand the Grammys.
We don't try to understand the Grammys. It just is what it is. But it did that. The Crossroads did win a Grammy Award, which I think is pretty cool.
Interesting. I love it.
So which songs, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of notes for the songs. I had a couple that stuck out to me, a couple that are like kind of fun to talk about, but not a ton of notes. So
Mhm.
what songs stuck out to you?
So I wrote down, I had a couple notes that just on little other, but Down 71, Bud Smokers Only. And I only had like really one note about that. Crossroads, obviously. First of the Month and Die, Die, Die. And then a special shout out to Buddha Lovers. Because I have to talk about that song.
Okay, well, I said I had those. I also had Crept and We Came.
Mm-hmm.
So which doesn't I just like the hook. It's a really bouncy hook, and it's like again with that style that we talked about. But what about Down 71? Did you like
One, it's about 71. The
highway that
The
we
highway
drive
in
on all
Ohio.
the time?
Yeah, so 71, shout out. But this is a story song, and I really
It is
liked
a story
it.
song.
I liked it because I wasn't expecting it. Because the first like 4 album or ones that we get on this are very similar. We even get introduction song that introduces everybody, but it's like, okay, Busy gets a verse, Lazy gets a verse, like everybody, like they're so kind of formulaic from the start. And then we get Down 71, which tells the story of Busy Bone getting taken to jail because of like he killed somebody.
Yeah, and we get a
Great.
fun intro.
Yeah. And then yes, and I love all the like interstitial stuff in this song. It's why I liked Die 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 too, is because we get a lot of like things mixed in. We get almost like a skit mixed in with the song, and that reminded me of Eminem and ICP and all those guys, because they would do those things a lot of times. Like the non-popular Eminem songs had a lot of like skit stuff in them. So I really like Down 71. I love the story. I love the idea that, you know, Lazy and Crazy are going to bust this guy out of jail, and have a whole plan and how they're going to do it. I just loved it.
This is almost like country music.
Yeah, it's
Like,
exactly like country music.
We are taking a wild ride. It opens with the like, you are sentenced to the electric chair.
Yes, it's
And we're
very.
like, also, it almost gave me the Gorillaz vibes. I know I've talked a lot about
yeah.
Gorillaz, but it reminded me of the song, the Windmill song. But
The
yeah,
Windmill song.
is it called Windmill? I can't remember.
No.
No, it's not.
I can't remember if that one's Clint. That one's that's
Feel
Feel Good
Good.
Inc. Yeah.
That's Feel. Yeah, it's not. That's not Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is. Anyway, but I love the story. We're gonna like break them out of jail. We're in the back of the police car. We're in the courtroom getting sentenced. Like it is. There's so much happening, and it's so fun. It is a very good time. I will give it that.
So that was the first one. We've got a couple of somebody in chat said they love the hook on East 1999 with the sharp piano. Love that.
I get, like I said, for the first like 5 songs, I was like, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. So much of it all has to do with the beats,
The tracks. They're good.
Yeah, the sounds, the instruments, the piano, it's the background. It's just a lot of it is bounce. A lot of like, this is fun. This is cool. This is a good time.
And the piano that they use, and this is why I reference them as sounding a lot like ICP, is because it's like a harpsichord.
Yeah.
is that like that's what he's talking about with like the sharp piano and everything. And I don't know what it is about like a harpsichord or an organ that makes it sound like eerie, like I'm in a haunted house kind of thing. But that's
Thank you for saying harpsichord because it was driving. I'm like, it's not an organ, but it's a thing that's like an organ, that sounds like an organ. Because, and like, I wrote down some notes for Mr. Bill Collector,
mm.
and it's literally just says, don't fuck with my money, which I was like, same. But
I
there is, like, there's a, for some reason, that da 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 da, like, it's almost like that. And for lack of a better term, like Asian chimes.
mm-hmm.
Like I was like, it's like almost stereotypical, but I was like, why does Mr. Bill Collector have this harpsichord? I could not think of the word harpsichord with that da 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 that
Yeah.
sound that we know. And I was like, what is going on?
I was
That
thrown
song
off.
threw me through a
I
loop.
did not expect what Mr. Bill Collector was. And I doubt this is a reference to like, I was expecting like a song about a tax man, like the Beatles have the song The Tax Man.
Yeah.
But about somebody coming to collect bills. I did not expect
Nope.
them to be the bill collector collecting their bills.
What's due to them?
Yeah. Which I like that. I like that how that did it. Even on the other song that we haven't talked about, like Eternal.
Yeah.
They do really fun things with whoever's producing these, or I think it's Eazy-E is doing some of this. But like he used a video game track to make the loop for, or like it samples a loop from a Sega game called Eternal
Oh.
Champions,
Oh.
which I thought was really cool. And you'll see that a couple times. Like there are a couple times where I was like, I have to know what song they sampled for this because it's just great. And I did that. I highlighted that on a couple of the other ones too.
Well, yes, I don't know. It's on Eazy-E's record, or their label, or his label, but he passed away.
Mhm.
And that's, so I don't know what the time, because the Crossroads is referencing him.
Well, so originally, here's a fun fact. The original, I'm pretty sure, was not called The Crossroads. I'm pretty sure what we're getting as track 8 on this album on Spotify is not the original Crossroad. I think there was a song just called Crossroad, and it had different lyrics and it didn't have any references to Eazy-E, and then they did a remix of it, and that's what this is on this album now. So
interesting. So is the hit
the
one
hit,
that we know?
the hit is the one that we know.
So is that why the Grammy was different?
Maybe
because the album came out in 95, got nominated for 96, but the remix of that song probably didn't come out till 96.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
So I don't even, I was going to look and see if I could find Crossroad, the original Crossroad, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So sorry,
Well, it's not
everybody.
been that good.
Sorry.
That's okay. That is okay. Well, let's go back to Bud Smokers Only.
Bud Smokers. So this is one of the ones that I highlighted. One, they sing a lot about weed, and they sing a lot about Tech Nines and Glocks and everything. It's weed and guns, and that's all you need to know.
Yes.
But this one is about weed. But the sample that they use on this is "Reasons" by Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's what really drew me to this song.
That's wild.
Yeah. And because I was like, what is that? I love the way that sounds. And then come to find out it's a Earth, Wind, and Fire song. So
very fun. I did not realize that. No, Bud Smokers Only I was just so focused. I was like, this is just weed. This is all about weed. If anyone's a big weed fan, like Buddha Lovers and Bud Smokers Only, these are your songs, babe.
I love Buddha Lovers.
Yeah. Because I was like, is it Buddha? No, they're saying like Buddha, like
Bud.
Bud.
Look at that Buddha. I'm pretty sure it's
yeah.
Buddha too. So.
But I was like, her legs are like Buddha, like 2 big sticks of Buddha, like a Michael Myers. But
no, but I love, if we're gonna, it's not one of my top songs, but Buddha Lovers is truly. I laughed out loud after listening to the song because I honestly thought it was a joke. But this is a true R&B love song to weed. Yeah. And it samples Keith Sweat and the Isley Brothers, which are both just like hardcore R&B, like sexy, like let's get down. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding you. When I'm listening to those lyrics, I am dying laughing because I'm like,
There
this
were
person wants to make love to weed and how much it is. And I was like, I know a guy,
I
that
know.
would.
I'm like, there were multiple times on this album I was like, is this a joke? And I don't mean it in like a negative way. I was just like, are they trying to be funny? They are funny,
They
but I
are
don't know if
funny.
I was like, are they being serious? I can't, but no, Buddha or Buddha Lovers is definitely, it's all, it reminded me a little bit of I'm a mother lover, you're a mother
Yeah.
lover. It's like, let's just make an insanely dumb R&B love song and it works.
And it's just a love song to weed. It even has
Wild.
oh my God, it's so good. I might go back, and even in the background, like you can hear it. You can hear him like smoking or or grinding. Like you can hear the like weed sounds in the background. It's crazy. You'll hear bubbling on like the bong. Oh,
I can
it's
smell the
you can
studio.
smell that song.
Yes. A whole, total sensory overload.
Yes,
Wild. Anything
I,
else on that one?
I love that song. No,
I'm glad. Well, we kind of talked about the Crossroads already. Anything else to add about it that we haven't already covered?
no, no. I don't think so. I think this is the one that everybody knows, and
Except me.
except you. But that's okay. You know it now.
I know it now.
So yeah, that's all I've got on that one.
What about first of the month?
First of the month was a surprise to me because it's a happy song.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
like I felt like good, after listening to that song. I was like, yeah, I want to listen to this on the first of every month. This is great.
That is
I
so
just
funny.
it just felt so
Yeah.
good after that. Even though like this is a song that like I know like puts a burr up conservatives' ass the whole time. Like that's all I could
It
think. I
sings
was
about
like,
like my sister going to get her stamps.
yeah,
Like I was like,
they're
but no, we have money again.
we have money. Our checks came in. We're good now. And
Yeah.
like they're just so happy. And it's such
Yeah.
a I love the chorus to this.
Hmm.
Wake up, it's the first of the
First of the
month.
month. So this is a TikTok song. And I was saying it's easier, but I've heard the TikTok clip. My assumption is either they distorted the vocal or somebody else sang it as a cover. But
Mhm.
a lot of people will post under the song on the first of the month. And they'll be like, it's the first of the month. And I was like, oh my God, I know this one. Like this was the only one that I knew. It's because I need to go touch grass and spend too much time on TikTok. Um, but yeah, it is a fun, like happy, like did it wake up? It's the first of the month. It's a good time. I said I get paid once a month on the
Yeah.
last day of the month. So the first of
Right.
the month is very
That's a
nice.
good day. Yeah, that's a good day for you.
I'm like, we're good. Until rent comes out.
Yeah,
But
that's the first of
man,
the month. Yeah.
that's okay. But I do like gotta grind, gotta get mine. I like it. I got my money, happy to go. Any other songs? You want to talk about Die Die Die?
I like Die Die Die. I mean, it's a kind of a shock, but it is it has a big skit in the middle of it.
Yep.
It's very violent. I don't know what else to say about it.
That's okay. There's also like a Ouija board song.
Oh yeah, they love the Ouija.
That was crazy. It was Mr. Ouija 2. That means there was a 1.
Yeah,
They're just really into Ouija boards. And I'm
they're
like, I
into
don't know.
Ouija. They're into like mystical stuff and like
Yeah.
paranormal stuff. That's true. Did you know that? So I don't know if you had this, but they have nicknames besides their lazy, crazy, busy, and all those things. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
So lazy, rest in peace is the nickname for Busy Bone. Straight Jacket is the nickname for Wishbone.
Okay.
Leatherface, Leatherface gets referenced a lot. That's Crazy Bone. And
Okay.
then Lazy Bone is the #1 assassin. That's his nickname.
Ah.
That was their street names outside of the group.
Okay. They did reference Leatherface a lot, and I was like, I
Mhm.
don't know what this is.
Yeah. Other fun fact, the intersection of East 99th Street and St. Clair Avenue in Cleveland has now been renamed to Bone Thugs and Harmony Way as of like 2013.
That's awesome. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Oh, I love that. Good for them.
Yeah. It's
Um,
official too. It's not just like, Taylor Swift Avenue that we have
yeah.
down here. Like this is official. It's Bone Thugs, and I would love to live on Bone Thugs and Harmony Way.
Amazing.
Yeah, can you mail that to me? It's
1, 2,
32.
3.
Yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony Way. Excuse me. Yeah, you heard right.
You heard it.
You heard me. I love it. Yeah, it was a fun time. It was
Yeah.
a wild album. We were all over the place, but we
Yeah,
had a good
yeah.
time doing it. What's your favorite song?
I think outside of Crossroads, which I think is obviously it's the one I know, it's the one I'll go back to and everything. First of the month.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's your
mm,
happy
mm,
song.
mm. Hell yeah.
I liked Crept and We Came. That one was my favorite. I think I like the
Nice.
hook the best, which is also a reference to their first EP. These
Yeah.
guys, these guys love a callback.
Oh yeah.
They are referencing everything. Like other songs. I mean, Tupac did it too, but yeah, they will let you know, hey, remember what this album's called? It's 1999. Let me repeat that 100 times. But yeah, Crept and We Came was my favorite. Do you have a least favorite?
I don't know if I had like maybe Land of the Heartless.
Okay. I didn't have one.
Yeah, I didn't really have one. Like
It's not that I loved every single song. It's
it's
just
just that
that
they
none of
sounded all the
them,
same. Yeah.
not that they said, it was just there was none that stuck out to me as like, oh my God, I hate this.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably not, I mean, I know you loved Buddha Lovers. I'm probably not gonna listen to that again anytime soon.
I will.
Um,
I want to
but I'm
tell
also a square who doesn't like weed.
I want to tell my friend about it so bad.
Do it. Tell your friend. Tell all your friends. But yeah, I didn't really have one.
Well, that
Uh,
sucks.
oh well. What about a favorite lyric?
All right, I got a couple of them.
Okay. I only got one. Do you want me to go first?
You go first. I'll go ahead.
It's from Down 71, and it's better in hell than in a cell.
Better in hell than in a cell.
I'd rather die than be arrested and locked up. And I'm like, I like better in hell than in a cell.
What about, I'll change it, better in hell than in Excel
Oh,
for work purposes.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
fuck
real
Excel.
trials and tribulations
Right?
of life. It's not living out in the streets and poverty and getting the fear of being shot. It's Excel spreadsheets.
It's Excel spreadsheets. That's where our true demise lies.
Truly.
It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
We could have waited.
I was like, hell yeah, that one's great.
That is funny.
Then I've got another one. I can't remember what songs these are from now. 187, you think that you're going to heaven. 187 is like code for murder, by the way.
Why?
It's like like a police code.
Oh,
We've got a
okay.
187. That's a murder. 187, you think that you're going to heaven, put slugs all up in that chest, and now hell is where you'll be dwelling.
Mm.
I like that. And if you can imagine that, that be another. Which one did you know that I was gonna
The
have?
nuts one.
The nuts one? I love nuts. And then this one I also had, somehow must beat you, so peep out the creep or the reaper will meet you.
Hmm.
I thought that,
That
yeah.
that might be from, is that from the Crossroads?
Somehow must beat you, so peep out the creep and the reaper will meet you. I don't know.
I would say the music video for the Crossroads like depicts the Reaper.
Yeah. Well,
So that's why I thought maybe it was from there.
and then this one is high techs and khakis when jacking sawed off. There's really no place to run. Blank gets vicious with my click because even the bitches carry guns.
I remember that one. Even the bitches carry guns. I'm like, yeah,
Oh yeah,
bitches.
bitches.
We have guns too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Any others?
That's it. Those are the lyrics I had.
All right, what are your pairings?
I didn't have a ton of pairings. I mean, I listed out like obviously Eminem or D12. I'm not gonna pair this with ICP because I feel like Bone Thugs would come after me, and maybe ICP would come after me too. And I don't need Juggalos or Bone Thugs people coming after me. So, Twista is one that I had mentioned earlier. Twista, Snoop Dogg. I get a little bit of Snoop Dogg
Mhm.
with this. That's all I got. What about you?
I already mentioned I already mentioned Boys to Men again because just having an R&B song about parting ways.
Yeah.
Easy E was also one because that's an obvious
Hmm.
pairing. I also said Usher and Nelly because like again, I kind of like sing-songy rap. They're more, I think Nelly's more on the rap side, Usher's more on the sing side. Obviously, Usher's very R&B. But like I was thinking about it's 7 o'clock on the top, I'm in the top, and like for that those like I was like, this sounds like Bone Thugs to me. Or like there was just certain songs that had certain notes, and I was like, oh, it reminds me of the Usher song. And then Nelly had the specifically the song Dilemma kept coming to mind with some of like the fast rapping. You don't know. Okay. But those songs. And then last one I had was Fetty Wap.
Ooh, yeah.
And that is because I also don't think Fetty Wap's a great singer, but he does sing and rap. And I love Fetty Wap. I'm a big Fetty Wap fan. He was like at a certain that's like the one of the only artists that my sister and I agree upon. Like we love Taylor Swift and we love Fetty Wap, and all other music choices differ from there.
Coolio. Somebody said Coolio.
Coolio is a great pairing. We'll be talking about Coolio soon on the pod. Spoiler alert. Um, yeah, those are my pairings.
Nice.
Fetty Wap's my favorite though. My
There was
favorite pairing.
there was an Easy E song that I like. I think it was called like College Girls Are Easy.
Uh,
I used to listen to that all the time.
Good.
It was great.
Funny.
Easy E.
Shout out.
Shout out. Rest in peace.
Rip. Would you recommend this album to a friend?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You're recommending Butter Lovers to your friend.
Hell yeah. Songs. I would recommend a couple songs, but no, not as a full album. I wouldn't, even though I know this is a well-loved album. It was very long, and there were
Yeah.
some songs where I was like, is this gonna end? Like, we don't need 6 minutes just so everybody can get a verse in. I don't know. It was a little much for me.
That's fair. No, I agree. I'm not like recommending this one. Not in the way that I was like everyone needs to listen to Tupac and some people need to listen to Jizza. I think we're cool.
We're all right. Yeah. I think we're okay.
But what's your 5-star rating?
I gave it a 2.9.
Wow. I like it.
I wanted to give it a below a 3, but because I feel like I give 3s to everything.
That's fair. I mean, 3 is the middle of the road. There we go. 3 is that's okay.
What about you?
I gave it a 3. I was kind of like, I definitely like, especially the second half of the album. Like when I was listening today, I was like, I don't really love this. But again, going back through my notes, I'm like, you know what? This is fun. Like a lot of the beats are great. The style is unique. They rap so fast. They are using unique melodies and harmonies and instruments, and they're sampling. And I'm like, I can go with a 3 on this one. I'm
Yeah.
probably not gonna revisit it the way I want to revisit Tupac, but I can appreciate it for what it is. I had a fun time.
Yeah, I'm glad that I listened to it. Definitely.
For sure. I was not offended by any of it. Okay. Well, that is the album. Big thanks to Cody for joining as always. Before we exit the building, do you have any recent music recommendations?
I do. I actually listened to something new.
Hey.
For once, and it's completely different than anything that we're talking about now. It is, sorry, I don't know them off the top of my Truesdale. They just had an album come out. It's 3 women that are dressed up like the Powerpuff Girls. Actually, they just wear like 3 different colors. I saw them on Kelly Clarkson, and that's the whitest thing I could have said. And I really liked the song. And what is the song that I liked? Growing Pains. So they just had an album come out. I really liked it. Love it.
And what's the band again?
Truesdale, Trousdale.
Truesdale. Okay.
Truesdale. Think like if I could mix Haim with Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah, Haim with Lawrence, and that's Truesdale.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Yeah. That look like the Powerpuff Girls.
That's the best part, truly.
What about you?
I don't have any recommendations. I haven't been listening to much, to be honest. I did dip into Kesha's new album. This is her first album that she independently owns after all of as a general life statement, let alone after all the bullshit she went through with
Keep going.
Oh, sorry. With what's his nuts? He Who Shall Not Be Named. But it's not bad. Pitchfork gave it like a 5.1, which Pitchfork can suck a dick. But I was like, a 5.1, really? And then I remember I'm a millennial woman who was entering college when Kesha was coming out, so I'm like deeply in love with Kesha, and you cannot convince me otherwise. But it's fun. It's like old Kesha. It's like TikTok and Die Young Kesha. So that's fun for me. So
she's on her tits out tour.
Yes, good for her. She should be. So, but it's been good. If you like old Kesha, you might like this album. I've been enjoying at least a little bit that I've gotten to listen to of it.
I also wanted to reference. We both kind of listened to Justin Bieber's new album that just came out.
Oh yeah, Bieber swag,
Devotion, and Daisies are my 2 favorite songs off there. But Yukon is intriguing to me because I believe he's pitching up his voice, and he sounds just like SZA. And if it's not that, then it's SZA on that track. So
no, they have performed together.
Yeah.
No, it's a decent album. He's definitely leaning into that R&B more than anything else.
Although that Daisies song feels like an Ed Sheeran song. That's that's like the outlier.
Yeah, Daisies is also the one that is like getting a lot of traction right now, which doesn't surprise me. So. Yeah. No, awesome. Yeah, go listen to Justin Bieber and Kesha like it's 2011.
Hell yeah, baby. Oh.
If you are interested in giving your recommendations, we'd love to hear them. We'd love to see them. You can drop them in the chat here, or you can join our Discord. Again, any information about the 52universe, as well as just chatting with your friends about some movies and some music and all fun things 52/1995 and subsequent years. Also, you're also welcome to follow us on Instagram. That's where we post a lot of info about when the streams are going to happen. Speaking of the streams, it's not going to be next week. Well, it will be next week, just not at our normal time. I will be traveling for work. So we will find a new time. So definitely check out the Instagram, because that's where we'll let you know what time and day it is. But next week, we are going to be talking about Big L. Big L is the artist. The album is Lifestyles of Da Poor and Dangerous. And of is spelled O-V, and the is spelled D-A. Lifestyles with a Z of Da Poor and Dangerous.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Are you? Okay. I know nothing.
I don't either. But this is like on lists. I've seen that people love Big L. So I'm pumped for this.
Well, Big L is next week. We are excited to talk about them, and we're excited to have you if you come with us. So thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you in advance for coming next week. We'll see you.